Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at PAX South with Mo from Games by Mo with A.N.N.E.
That's it. Hi.
And we are super excited to check out this game. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about what A.N.N.E is?
Essentially, A.N.N.E is a big mix of all my favorite games that I played growing up. It's a Metroidvania kind of game, in the kind of in the vein of a Blaster Master, where you have a vehicle that you can get in. So in this case of A.N.N.E, you have a ship where you can go inside anytime you want, can teleport back to your ship, you can fly, you land wherever your ship can land, and you explore the world and you look for all the pieces of your little robot friend, try to assemble it back and put it back together and leave the planet.
Awesome. Yeah, we're, as you can see over here, it looks like we've got a little bit of a shoot 'em up in addition to not just a Metroidvania.
Yes, exactly. In the game, you can find a few sections like these, which are essentially shmup sections, shoot 'em up sections. They're mostly when you travel from one big open area of the planet to another one. In this case, it's actually the intro of the game. It's a prologue, and so we introduce the ship first in a shmup settings where you get to play with the ship's physics. Actually, the ship has a magnet that you can use to grab objects and even enemies and just smash them together, throw them, and move them around.
Oh, there it is. Awesome. Yeah, it looks really cool. That I love games that sort of give a couple different genre elements to sort of keep it fresh throughout. Now you said this is traveling between big worlds right now, so you were saying there's a couple worlds within this game, right?
It's a big planet. I should say areas mostly, but it's one big planet.
Okay.
With 5 different areas to explore. And when you travel between them, you have like a little shoot 'em up section like these. But otherwise, like the open areas are really you go where you want, you land where you can, and try to use your ship to really help navigate and travel the world.
Awesome. Now, when we get onto the ground, like you said, it goes into a more standard, not a Metroidvania. So is it going to be sort of like the progression where you start out sort of weak and then you start gaining more abilities as you go?
Exactly. It's very classic in that regard. Exactly. Something happens after the prologue and you're stuck on that planet. So from there on, you work and you upgrade your ship, your character, and so on in order to, and you get new upgrades, like double jump and things like that to progress. And
this guy loves a good double jump.
Yeah, I thought, like personally, even though I wanted to just, the inspiration is very retro and, all the games that I played and all the classic like Gradius and Contra, Mega Man and all that stuff really inspired the game. I still wanted something different. I had to put my own touch into it, and I thought physics would be like a really, really fun things to play with, and just playing with the ship's magnet and things. I thought like this would be like really fun, and especially in the environments, and allow me to do a few puzzles, navigational puzzles, where you really have to use the ship and a little bit of your brain to move these objects around.
Now, do we get to see a lot of those physics when you're out of the ship, or is that more primarily a part of the shoot 'em up element of the game?
No, actually. Well, all the enemies in the game pretty much are physics-based. You do get an ability with your character, which is very reminiscent of the push mechanic that you have with the ship. So you can push enemies around and things like that, and objects also for puzzles or combat.
Very cool, very cool. Now, this is you're the creator of this game, right? Now,
great.
Do you have a big team? Is it just, are you doing most of the legwork with just some outside help, or how is the dynamic of developing this game?
Essentially, I was alone for 2 years when I started the project, with a couple of friends helping out here and there, and then we switched to Unity 2 years in, and now we're 5 people.
Okay.
And there's 2 programmers and me. And then we have my brother who's helping me with cleaning up the level design bugs and things like that, refining the enemy AI. And we have a full-time tester also who's helping us.
Awesome.
Because we don't have time to play. We're, we're
too
still,
busy hammering away.
Yeah.
Now, you were saying, inspiration from Super Metroid, but this game you were saying is leagues larger, right? The worlds themselves are very, very big.
It's very, very big because the ship, when you get in the ship, the camera zooms out, gives you like a much broader view, and the ship travels very fast also compared to your character. So it was necessary in order to be satisfying for exploration and everything, to really scale the world really big, and we found some tools that really helped us to be able to do that.
Awesome. And you just ran right into a beam.
That's why I didn't.
All right. Well, it looks absolutely fantastic. The colors. I mean, the character is super cute. Now this is PC build right now, right?
Yes.
And with
Correct.
hopes it's going to be coming out confirmed to Nintendo. The Switch.
We've been approved. Yes, we're going to be working on that in the coming months. We'd like to get it out on Switch this summer if we can.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great to hear. Well, thank you for taking the time. This is Anne coming out to the Nintendo Switch hopefully this summer.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mo.